Hi guys, what's up? This is Jaime Jane S. Balnaha and welcome to my first ever video in this YouTube channel. Today, I will be your teacher. But first, I think my outfit is not fitting for my role, so let me change real quick. And I'm back. Today, I'll be your teacher and I'll be teaching you about phonetics. So, without further ado, let's go. Good day, class, and as what I have said earlier, I will be teaching you about phonetics. So, what is phonetics, by the way? Phonetics is the study of human speech. So when I say phonetics, it is the segmental sounds or the individual sounds that we or human produce when they utter a word. For example, the letter B, which sounds like B, is an example of phonetics. Why? Because it is an individual sound. Now, another example is letter A or the sound A. It is an example of phonetics because, yes, it is an individual sound. Very good. Now that you have an idea of what is phonetics, let us delve into the description of phonetics under the English consonants. So under the English consonants, there is this called place of articulation. So what do I mean when I say place of articulation? So place of articulation means where in the mouth or which part of the mouth is working to produce sounds. So for example, when I say B, where in the mouth or which part of the mouth is working to produce the sound B. And this time, that is what I'll be tackling with you guys, the place of articulation. So under the place of articulation, there are sounds that are produced or made with lips. Number one is the bilabial sounds. So what are bilabial sounds? Bilabial sounds are produced by both the upper and the lower lips. So when I say B, it is an example of a bilabial sound. Because notice how my upper and lower lip touch momentarily to produce the sound B. Now another example of this is the sound P, and W. They are all bilabial sounds because both my upper and lower lips are touching each other momentarily to produce the sound. The second one is the labiodental sounds. So these sounds are made with my lower lip and upper teeth. So for example, the sound and the sound V are both an example of labiodental sounds. Why? Because my upper teeth is touching my lower lip to produce the sounds. And so the third one is the interdental sounds. These are the sounds produced when the tip of the tongue is placed between the upper and the lower teeth. For example, the sound and the sound the are both an example of interdental sounds because when I say and the tongue is placed between the upper and lower teeth. So the last one would be the alveolar sounds. So these sounds are made with the tip of the tongue and the tooth ridge. So these sounds are produced when your tip of the tongue is touching the roof of your mouth just behind the upper teeth. For example, the sound T, D, and N. They are all an example of alveolar sounds because they are sounds that are produced when your tip of the tongue is touching the roof of your mouth. So the next one is the sounds produced with the blade of your tongue. So the last part is the sounds produced with lips. And now we'll be tackling about the sounds produced with the blade of your tongue. So the sounds that are produced with the blade of your tongue is called the alveopalatal or the palatal or prealveolar sounds. These are the sounds that are produced when your blade of the tongue is approaching your hard palate just behind your tooth ridge. For example, the sound ch or sh. They are both an example of prealveolar sound. The next one would be the sounds that are produced with the back of your tongue. So these sounds are called velar. These sounds are produced when the back of your tongue approaches your soft palate or the velum. For example, the sound k, g, and ng, they are all an example of velar because when I utter the sound k, g, and ng, the back of my tongue is approaching my soft palate. Now, the last but not the least is the sound made with glottis. These sounds are called glottal. For example, the sound h and the glottal stop. They are both an example of glottal sounds. So here is a recap of everything. Phonetics is the study of human speech, and under that, there are descriptions of English consonants. And a part of it is the place of articulation. And under the place of articulation, there are sounds that are produced with lips, which are bilabial, labiodental, interdental, and alveolar sounds. Now, the next one is the sounds produced with the blade of the tongue, which are called palatal, or the alveopalatal, or the pre-alveolar sounds. Now, next is the sounds made with the back of your tongue, which are called velar. Next, and the last part would be the sounds made with glottis, which are called glottal. And that would be all. Thank you so much for listening, everyone, and I hope that you have learned something from me as your teacher for today, and I hope to see you in my next video if there is. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, and goodbye.